that conversation, and we will go to the next major topic, which, if you guys do not already know, will be Harley Quinn. So let me go ahead and move my screen over here. So you guys are now seeing Birds of Prey. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this conversation with this. I have not seen Birds of Prey. I have not watched it. No spoilers from me. And if you would be so kind, please, no spoilers from you in the comments if you have not seen Birds of Prey. I have not seen it, so you don't have to worry about me ruining the story because I don't know. But what I want to look at is data. I want to look at numbers, okay? And I want to look at facts about the surrounding the film, not details pertaining to the story of the movie, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at this. People have been talking online about Birds of Prey flopping. Birds of Prey is a disaster. Birds of Prey is not making money. And I think that is exaggerated. I think that is people expecting a lot where there really shouldn't be a lot of expectation. People are saying, well, people love Harley Quinn. They do in certain contexts. And I'll get to a couple of the reasons why I think that Birds of Prey is on track for what it probably should be expecting. And it should not be expecting a lot. The budget for this film was $84 million. Now, that I believe does not account for marketing, which usually you would take the number that the budget is for the film and you double it. So, 8 and 8 is 16. You could say $160 million is probably where they need to go to break even. Maybe more than that. Like, they might have put more money than their budget on for marketing. It could have been somewhere in the ballpark of $200 million for total costs. So even though this number here for budget says 84.5, that's for production, not for marketing. And so the opening here was $33 million over 4,236 theaters, which is not super amazing. But I want to give you guys a couple of, and the worldwide so far is 79 million. So they're getting really, really close to their 84 desired number, not including marketing. And I do think that it'll certainly beat its budget. Whether or not it's going to actually get close to its marketing increased number, I'm not certain. But I do think that they kind of pin themselves into a corner. There's a lot of things about Birds of Prey that I think is not good for itself. And it's probably not the things you're thinking of. I know a lot of people are gonna go towards, like, people who have seen the film might be making arguments like it was very, like, social, political. It was SJW. It's just for girls. That's an argument for another time because I haven't seen the film. I can't say any of that because I don't know. But what I do know is that the movie is the marketing for the film has been so ambiguous that you ask any of your normie friends, not people like me who constantly follow this stuff, but normal casual viewers who might have seen a trailer. Those people, you ask them what they think the movie's about, and they go, Harley Quinn. And, like, they might be like, oh, those Marvel movies, like, not knowing it's a DC film or the difference. But then they might not even know that the movie's rated R, or if they do know it's rated R, they're more likely to not go see it. A lot of people are less likely to go see it if it's rated R. I know a lot of DC fans are going to be like, no, they should all be rated R. Like, Deadpool fans are going to be like, no, make everything rated R. That's fine if you're into that. But the second you made Harley Quinn's movie rated R, families are not going to see this film. And that's a big part of the actual movie-going crowd. A lot of rated R fans don't go to the theater. A lot of rated R fans actually watch at home or they stream it. there's a very small amount of people that are like big rated R, viewers that go out to the theater to see that. They'd rather like watch it at home, or if they have a family like I do, they'll screen the movie first before taking their family to go see it. You know what I mean? And obviously rated R is not for kids. And you're like, oh, well, it's not made for kids. It's not supposed to be. Yes. So you can't expect family going numbers to actually make the cut. If this movie was PG-13, the opening weekend box office would have been at least double what it was right now. And I guarantee you, if the movie actually, the trailers showed that Jared Leto was even shown in the film, if they showed Jared Leto in the trailers, even once, I would be willing to bet you'd see at least another 50% increase in the box office from the opening weekend. At least. Because a lot of the people that I know, that I personally know, and this is anecdotal, have told me that they didn't go see Birds of Prey because they're not into, and I'm going to quote you guys, I'm going to take you on a little rabbit trail. I had a conversation today, yesterday, this week, about this exact thing. Oh, hey, did you see Birds of Prey? And they said either no, I'm not into those films. These are casual fans, right? Not like people that know all the stuff like you and I do. They say those movies, and I ask them, oh, well, what do you mean those movies? Superhero films? And they go, no, just those films. And I had to narrow it down again. Well, what do you mean, like DC films, or do you mean like Suicide Squad? And they go, yeah, the Suicide one. And I'm like, why not? And they're like, oh, I don't know, it just didn't look good. And I'm like, okay. And one of my friends I had a conversation with today told me the same thing, but said, I don't like those films because they're kind of dark and they're just, I don't know, I don't like that. So out of the gate, right now, Birds of Prey kind of appeals to pop culture, superhero style, action, adventure type of things. But you narrow it the second that you say, first, it's all girl. The truth of the matter is that there are a lot of people that don't want to see anything that is all either girl or all boy. Like they want to see like a normal film or just a fun film. They don't want to see like, oh, it's, all the heroes are girls and all the villains are boys. This movie clearly had that vibe. So you can say there's a number of people that'll go for that. I haven't seen the film, so I can't I can't give you details. But based on the trailers, that's what people are seeing, and that's what people are telling me. Another filter you can sort by people that are going to go see it. So we've already kicked to the curb people that are not into girl only, boy only type of stuff. There's also a wide variety of people that don't care for villain type of movies or movies that are like morally gray or that kind of thing. A lot of people don't like that. There's a lot of superhero fans do enjoy that. I personally do enjoy these types of films, but there's a lot of people that didn't go see The Dark Knight because it was dark and it was morally gray. People didn't see Batman Begins because it was too dark. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that feel that way. The movie would have made a lot more if the marketing didn't show that it was so dark. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that went because it was dark. So there's different categories of people. But if you stack filters, you get narrower audiences. And this movie's marketing stacked a lot of different filters on who will go see this film. So it looks to be a movie that's designed and made for all girls. All the heroes are girls. All the villains are boys. At least from the trailers. They cut out Jared Leto. Jared Leto has nothing to do with this film. So any fans of Suicide Squad that loved the Jared Leto Harley Quinn dynamic to that film are automatically hurt by the fact that Jared Leto's getting screwed again. And so Jared Leto's not there. That's a big loss. That was one of the reasons why I was like, I'm not super interested. I love Jared Leto. I wanted to see Jared Leto. Where's Jared? So that was a big thing for me. That was a big thing for a lot of my friends online, a lot of friends I know personally. But even if that's not you, don't worry. There's more filters. Then you get to people that like dark movies, but don't care for like like, I guess, romantic drama. You know what I mean? And so, like, you get kind of this, like, psycho chicks on The Bachelor vibe. You know what I mean? From the story in the trailers of Harley. Then that's also something that's like, I don't need to see that relationship drama personally. I'm not interested. I don't personally, and a lot of dudes aren't interested in that. I know a lot of dudes watch The Bachelor. I'm not saying you're not a dude if you don't watch The Bachelor. But what I'm saying is that there are plenty of dudes that don't care for that kind of story. We want to see Batman kick some butt. We want to see, if it was Harley just kicking tons of butt, but it was like less of the like chick drama type of element to it, it probably would have appealed more. Which is why the original Charlie's Angels appealed to dudes and the new one does not. That's one of the reasons. But the biggest thing I think that hurt this box office was probably also going from PG-13 to rated R. I've said this already, but there's a lot of people that would have been there that will now no longer go. And people have been making this debate about Deadpool as well. Oh no, Deadpool's foul and he's vulgar and he's like sexual and he needs to have all of these elements. You can't do a PG-13 Deadpool. You absolutely can. Like for kicks and giggles, Kevin Feige made the team from Deadpool remake Deadpool 2 for Christmas in a PG-13 fashion, and it's freaking gold. It is hilarious. It may not be as in-your-face funny as the Deadpool 2 was, or, you know, in comparison, Deadpool 2 to Deadpool 2 Christmas version, because, you know, they obviously took out like the gore, they took out the blood, they left the violence, they left the action, they left a lot of the crude humor, but they limited the F-bombs and S-words, and, you know, they limited it so that it could fit a PG-13 setting by literally having Deadpool bleep the words himself. And it was hilarious. It was still incredibly funny, and it still worked. So if Birds of Prey was made in a way that it could have toned back to a PG-13, a very edgy PG-13, many, many, many more people would have seen it. For sure. 100%. Now, it's probably still not going to make anywhere close to, like, Avengers numbers. Like, it's certain, we don't have to have everything cross the $1 billion mark, but this movie could have made $300 million in its opening weekend. You know, it could have done something really crazy like that and been like, opening weekend, we already slammed our budget, pure profit from here on out. You know what I mean? And that would have been super cool. They could have made $200,000 their first opening weekend and been like, wow, we've already done most of our, or maybe more than their actual budget plus their marketing budget. We're good to go. Nothing but profit from here. You know what I mean? Right now they're approaching their budget. They still have to make back the marketing, but you know, it could still do really well. It could have legs and just keep going, because I haven't seen it. Most of the people I know haven't seen it. There's a lot of people that are yet to see it, but there are people that are telling me, hey, it was really good. You got to go see it. And I'm like, okay, great. That sounds cool. I hesitate because it's rated R. I don't watch a lot of rated R stuff. I didn't watch Deadpool, and I didn't watch Deadpool 2. I watched the Deadpool PG-13 Christmas re-release, and it was freaking hilarious. And so to me, it doesn't fit my filter. Everyone has a filter of what they like and what they don't like. A lot of people that go for like rated R, like Joker and Birds of Prey probably don't enjoy some of the Marvel content because it's so lighthearted. Sometimes, the comic relief might get annoying for you if that's not what you're into. But there's different filters for different film fans. It's not wrong. It just is what it is. People have different filters, but more people fit the range of PG-13 than they do for rated R. So I think this film put too many filters on itself as far as viewership goes and audience taste. Now, there is more to this film than just that. So if you guys will indulge me, the name sucks. And I don't mean the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. That part is actually really good. I actually do think that works really well. The problem is that you're not actually showing the Birds of Prey fans Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey does not involve Harley Quinn. There are comics called Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. And this movie is kind of playing off of that. They're going Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. But it's, from what I'm hearing, from some of the reviews I've read that aren't extremely spoilery, it isn't really about Birds of Prey until like the last bit of it. It kind of builds some of those characters up a little bit, but the problem is it builds the wrong characters. So like the original, let me show you guys this. The original Birds of Prey. Let me see if I can show you. From left to right, it shows Huntress, Hawk and Dove, Lady Blackhawk, Black Canary, and Oracle. The only, they have Huntress and Black Canary from the Birds of Prey. That's good. That's true. But some of the main people from the Birds of Prey include like Batgirl, Oracle, Barbara Gordon, who is clearly not in this film, as far as what I've heard. I've heard some reviews, some semi spoilery reviews, but no like details. But basically, that this character doesn't seem to appear. We look at the Birds of Prey art. It's like Katana. There is like another thing that I thought was weird was they decided to race bend a notoriously blonde white character, Black Canary, who is quite popular. Very popular character. They decided to, for the first time ever, race bend this character, which again is another filter. You're putting another filter on your viewership. So it's not wrong to want race bending, and it's not wrong to not want race bending, but you have two groups. You have groups that like it and groups that don't. And the second that you do it, there is a group of people that would have gone to see your film that probably won't see that film because they're annoyed by not only that you got the roster of characters wrong, there are plenty of Birds of Prey characters that people love that are not a part of it, that got like excluded from the film. But now it's, it feels misrepresented, and it feels like the movie's not in your taste, in your interest. So again, another filter on who is going to see this film. So it's not about whether or not, it was right or wrong. I think I haven't seen the film, so I don't even know if it was any good. I don't know if it was terrific. It could have been the best film to come out this year. It supposedly has really good Rotten Tomatoes score right now, which is great. I want this film to succeed. I really do like Margot Robbie. I think she's great. She's a great actress, and she's incredibly good as Harley Quinn from what we saw in Suicide Squad. I really like her, and I want more of her and Jared Leto. I loved them together. I think Jared Leto is great as Joker. I love his take. It's original. It's very, very different. Yes, it is weird. It is twisted. It is perverse, but it is enjoyable. And I think that him and Margot Robbie are great together. So I would like to see more of them together, possibly in their own movie, like They Get Back Together type of thing or whatever. But let me show you guys what I think is more accurate would have been to call it Gotham City Sirens, because Harley Quinn is a part of that team. Now, granted, again, you'd have the misnomer of the Gotham City Sirens typically includes Catwoman and Poison Ivy, whereas this film apparently does not have them, and it does have the other two members of the Birds of Prey, which is Huntress and Black Canary. But again, it's like you're taking part of this team and part of this team and calling it the other team, even though the main character is the one from the other team. So it's like, it's confusing. You're trying to draw in the fans from the Birds of Prey, yet really you should be calling it Gotham City Sirens. It's almost closer to that than it would be the other way around, because your main character is what it should be about. I don't know. It's odd. It wasn't a good name. It should have been, maybe just call it Harley Quinn Broken Heart. Harley Quinn, like whatever, status single, or, like you could have done something fun or silly or whatever with the title, like they did for Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, which was clever. I do think that's fun. It is a mouthful and annoying to say, but clever and in the spirit of Harley Quinn. But it should have been called Harley Quinn. Now, let me point something out to you guys. Back when they announced, I think it was in 2018, when they announced they were going to do a movie, a female DC movie, they did not call it Birds of Prey. Let me show you guys this really quick. It was called, look at this. The IMDb page is still up. It's called Gotham City Sirens. And it was announced as a Gotham City Sirens film originally. And it was said at the time, writer was Paul Dini. That was for, yeah. So it was going to star Margot Robbie. Writer was Paul Dini. And this, you know, one thing about IMDb to note before I go on too far about this is that IMDb can be updated by pretty much anyone with a login, including myself. I could go in there right now and change and update things. So it's never like 100%, but it's, you know, oftentimes it's pretty accurate. So I would say most of the time you can trust. But this also does go to show that when this was announced, someone made the IMDb page, whether it was actually Warner Bros, but it's still up. So like, even though Birds of Prey does actually have, watch this, Birds of Prey movie IMDb. This is the actual one, Birds of Prey 2020, 6.7 out of 10. It shows the entire cast. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. This is obviously the updated one. You know, it shows everybody on here. This is the real IMDb for it. But this is the one, let me show you down here, that was created back when the announcement was made. It's funny to me because back then they had the right idea, I think. Call it Gotham City Sirens if your main character is a classical member of Gotham City Sirens. Harley Quinn's not a member of the Birds of Prey. I mean, she's joined the Birds of Prey a couple of times in the series run, Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. But the Birds of Prey does not involve Harley Quinn on its own. Gotham City Sirens does. And that was what they were going to call it. Until they decided to change it. And I don't get it. I think it's because they decided they wanted Huntress in there and they wanted to try to pander to two groups at the same time. Technically three, because they're also playing off the Suicide Squad crowd. But it just doesn't work if you confuse your audience. You know what I mean? The old Warner Bros. Always used to make this mistake. They said, we want to do what Marvel's doing. Let's do what Marvel's doing. The audience says, we don't like it. They go, oh no, we need to change right away. And they would change even though a project was in the middle of its thing. Like Zack Snyder's Man of Steel trilogy ended up becoming something far more than a Man of Steel trilogy. It went from Man of Steel to Warner Bros. Saying the second one needs to be like, you know, the Avengers. So then he said, okay, if I have to include someone, I'm going to do Batman. I'm going to make it about Batman and Superman. We'll make a relationship there. I can work with that. Let's just do that. And then after that, people didn't understand it. And they said, you know what? We need an Avengers film. Make it happen now. So, okay, we're going to do Justice League for the third one instead of Man of Steel 2. And now they don't have anyone with the guts or the balls to come in and do Man of Steel 2 because they don't want to get involved with the studio that is so finicky, so fickle about public opinion. You know what I mean? It's like, just make the story you're trying to make. Let people enjoy that story and get on board instead of try to force the changes like Star Wars Episodes 7, 8, and 9. You change that story every 12 seconds and you come out with something so inconsistent, so uncoherent that, you know, it just falls apart. It doesn't work even among itself. And so, yeah, that's kind of where they're at. I hope that Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn does really well. I hope it does well. I want to read more reviews on it before I decide whether or not I am going to see it. Because I don't know if I will see it, guys. I don't typically watch rated R stuff. I made an exception for Joker because there wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, there wasn't a lot of nudity. There was like a couple glimpses of like a billboard where there was a really risque image or something. But I'm avoiding the nudity. That's why I don't watch Game of Thrones. I'm not trying to watch the nudity. And so that kind of like sexual content I'm staying off of. So for me, it's a no. It's not a thing I'm trying to do. If this film is clean enough there, I don't mind the cursing as much. You know, for me, that's not an issue. And the violence certainly is, and I love that stuff. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Tell me in the comments. Did you see the film? Did you like the film? Do you think this film will make upward of $300 million? Or do you think it will make under $300 million by the end of its theatrical run? I would like to hear from you guys. I don't think this is a flop. I don't think we have the grounds to say that yet. I think it'll make back its production budget, and the fight will be to see if it beats its marketing budget. It would be unfortunate if it didn't make that, but I think that's what you get for taking a PG-13 franchise. Fans of Suicide Squad went to see a PG-13 Suicide Squad, and then now this supposed sequel is rated R. You know, you've just changed your demographic entirely. So, yeah, I think they did it to themselves, unfortunately, which is sad, but that's what it is. That's pretty much all I wanted to say, guys. I mean, do you think that getting the source material confused, Birds of Prey and Gotham City Sirens, and then, you know, having it listed as a Gotham City Sirens and then changing it to Birds of Prey, and, you know, Harley Quinn, rating it rated R instead of PG-13, making the film to go for R, that kind of thing. Was that a mistake? Did you appreciate it? I want to hear from you, because I haven't seen the film and I'm debating whether or not I should even see it. This is certainly not a review of the film, so please don't think I'm hating on the film. I'm not. I'm not giving any review of the film because I have not seen it. So let me know what you think. Tell me what you have to say about the film, because I value your opinions and your conversations. So that's all I have to say. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. There are apparently no comments here, so I will let it go. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. And I will not hold you back anymore from leaving this video. So thank you guys so much. If you guys don't mind, just give me 1 second so I can talk to you guys about something that is important to me. Do you guys see this t-shirt here? I want to see if my camera will focus up. There we go. The t-shirt I have on is the Fan of Much Fiction t-shirt. If you guys go to the description of this video, you scroll down below all of the links to all the stuff we talked about, the topic links. Below that, there is my TeePublic link, and that will take you to my TeePublic, where you can get all kinds of merch. And I'm really excited because that helps me get new equipment, gear, and pay for the different things that I pay for to make this channel happen. My Adobe suite, you know, my Google, I pay to have Google Space online so that I can do the fan casting summits. It takes up a lot of memory, a lot of data online, and so then I've had to go over 15 gigs of data on there, so now I'm paying for that subscription. Lots of things that go into this behind the scenes that end up costing me money, and if this is going to cost me money, I got kids to feed, you know what I mean? So I might as well just put my energy into things that are going to do that. But if you want to support this channel, you like the content I'm making, keeping you guys updated on the news, doing fan castings. I'm working on the next summit right now for the Green Lantern Corps. Part 2, because we've already done the first one, and the show is coming out on HBO soon. Also, I'll make a video soon about Arrow. There was a big Green Lantern thing, not just in the Christ on Infinite Earths, but on Arrow in the season finale. So I'm not going to spoil anything beyond that, but there is something to talk about. Look for that in an upcoming video. You guys rock. Please click the link in the description below, teepublic.com/user/thestufflegend show. Get your sick merch. You can get a t-shirt like this for like 20 bucks. Sometimes it is on sale. I do not control the sales, but TeePublic does from time to time, periodically, do a sale. You can get the t-shirt for 14 bucks there. Lots of cool things that you can get. Mugs, you can get sweaters, hoodies, pillows, tote bags to carry your books and your comics and all that stuff. Wall art, and I've got tons of designs in the bottom corner. Where is it? That way. It's all mirrored right now, so it's that in that bottom right corner of your screen, you can see those t-shirts down there. Power Rangers, Batman, Superman, Joker, all kinds of designs I have done myself. Please go check those out. You can get merch and help support my channel. Appreciate it. You guys are the best. Like, share, comment, subscribe is the way to support my channel for free, or you can buy yourself some merch. Either way. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like it, please make sure to click the like button, which is a thumbs up button there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm trying to get to 500 subscriptions by summer. That would be great if I could do that. I believe I'm halfway, like from 400, I'm at 440, blah, 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 something as of the making of this video. Please help me get there if you haven't already subscribed. I appreciate it. I need to get to 1,000 so I can start making money on AdSense. That'd be delightful. Anyway, you guys rock. Please tell me what you want to see in the comments below. You're the best, and I'll talk to you guys on Instagram, in the comments, on Facebook, wherever you're at. I tweet all the time. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hey guys, D-Lo here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And remember to share this video with all of your nerd friends. I know you got them, and you know who they are. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought about this discussion. Let me know what you would like to see me do a video on next. Subscribe to the channel because you're a legend, and